check this out. This is important to see. This is the algorithm required in Hyperion to make the sound. Let me show you a couple other sounds. I'm showing you these because in a minute, even if you don't own Hyperion, you can get access to these sounds just by owning Unify 2. And we can even access parameters inside Unify 2. That cool? Let me show you this, a couple others. This is using Hyperion not as a synthesizer, but as an audio effect down here in the insert effects. And it's being used to do this combination of a granulator effect going into reverb with LFOs controlling it to do this. And we go to the knobs. So fun. I can even use Hyperion inside of Unify 2 as a MIDI effect to give me an arpeggiator that I play one note and I get a cool chord. Like these two parts are coming because there's a combo box hosting Hyperion with the MIDI channels connected into Hyperion to use the arpeggiator built in here, which has all these really cool chords. I could say I want a sus4. I go, no, I want it to be a minor diminished or major diminished seventh. And I can even change the mode to be up and down. These are all things I can do because I own Hyperion, right? You won't have access to these parameters because unless you own Hyperion, then you do. But if you don't, you get to call this up, call it this patch, and enjoy it. Getting deeper into it is not an option unless you own Hyperion 2, because, let's do this. Let's go to the plugin page inside of Unify 2. By the way, hi, my name's John Skippy Limcool. This is Unify 2.01.3. This ability was actually released last week, just before the NAMM show. But we didn't make a big deal out of it because we found out there was an issue keeping our PC brothers and sisters from enjoying this ability. So we kind of kept it under wraps. We showed it at the Buchla and Friends event in Los Angeles. We drove home, we fixed it, we had it tested with our beta testers to make sure it's all working good. Now we're releasing it a week later. So watch this. I go Hyperion. I currently show two versions of Hyperion. There's this little one called the Hyperion U2HL, which stands for Hyperion U2 Unify 2 HL Headless. So I'm going to go Hyperion, remove. Now, because I had the full version running, I'm going to quit Unify 2 really quick. I'm running the standalone version of Unify 2, just so you know. Call it back up. So it gets a chance to refresh all of its DSP stuff. And let me get this window to be resized so it fits in here just right. So to get to these patches, you go to the Plugin Guru page, log in. You've bought Unify 2 from us. That's a requirement. This isn't something that's available in the demo version right now. We might add it, we might not, but it's only for Unify 2 right now. So you'd go to the My Account page after you've logged in, Unify 2, you have your download options, and the last option on that list is for the updated library. So after you've updated Unify to 2.01.3, download this updated library, and then you can type Hyper, H-Y-P-E-R. And that will give you 12 patches in the standard library that fit this requirement. They're hyper. So I could go back to, let's say, I was playing that really cool lead sound, right? So let's go lead. I really love this. I go to the knobs and I can access these parameters, but now when I go to try to open up the plugin, it says Hyperion U2HL. And when I click this, there it is. That's the headless version. No interface, no browser, no knobs, just the DSP super software that Paul wrote that made Hyperion. He decided he wanted to include it in Unify, which is just a wonderful, wonderful addition, because this means future libraries, future patches that I make, I can use Hyperion. I can use it, as I showed you, as an audio effect, as a MIDI effect, as an instrument itself. And if you don't own Hyperion, it will still load and play the way it should and sound just incredibly good. It's a plugin that he created himself. It's been out for 2 or 3 years, I believe. It's what's called a modular software synthesizer. So he made all of the components that you can put into place and draw lines to get just any kind of synthesis you can imagine, and some that probably haven't even been discovered yet. It's very, very powerful, very inspiring. This right here, this Velocity Ambi, is using a new DSP physical modeling algorithm that he... And you can go over here and play with the pre-filter, which will change the hammer, the sustain. If you get up too high, it will swing out. So I put in this last week, while we were waiting for the updates and stuff like that, I went through and I added real-time controls to a lot of these patches so that you could go in and mix everything if you wanted. Have the ARP go away. And this pitch and this patch in particular, check it out. Hear how the lead's going up? Every time you play a note in the right hand for the lead sound, this time it's going to go down. It's toggling the pitchy G between negative and positive. That's when it goes up. Play another note, it's going to go down. So that's kind of fun. You never know when you're playing a lead part what it's going to do. So that's kind of fun. So you have real-time controls here that you can access. You can also go in to the Hyperion itself and hit the plus button on the macro knobs. And if you go to an instrument that's using Hyperion, you'll see that you have access to the 8 macro knobs that are set up to whatever is going on, and also the layers settings for the volumes. So the cool thing with this, Paul has released a couple of other libraries. There's 3 other libraries of really, really cool patches that Paul has made. Cinematic landscapes, classic tones, and pick and mix. And these work. You buy the library, it gives you a .guru file, you drag it over Unify, and now you have, let's see if I turn off Hyper so you can see, 114 patches. And there's like all sorts of crazy things like synthetic rains, cool atmospheres. Here's an underground lab. Right? These libraries are available. You can buy them. Really cool pads. He loves wave sequencing and sync and all that kind of cool stuff. I mean, there's some very deep patches in here. Like here, let's do this. Let's go over here, and I'm going to add Hyperion now. So I go over here to select plugins to scan. I'm going to go VST3, Hyperion. Now I can go over here. I got to change patches, come back to Cosmic Surfer, and now when I open this, look at this. This is what it takes to make this sound. So each patch, you open it up, it's a completely different algorithm. Look, this has a vector control in here doing some stuff. So every patch, he has to make it like Unify. You know, we've got this Guru Sampler 2, right? Every time you call up Guru Sampler 2, it looks just like this. It's got 3 possible envelopes. It's got 3 LFOs. They're all in the same place every time. With a modular synthesizer, you buy all the components, right? You see these guys with the big modular synthesizers with all the stuff they buy. Every person that buys a modular synthesizer has a different combination of components they can work with. So it's a similar thing here. You call up one of these patches, it's a completely different configuration. So if you assign these knobs inside of Hyperion to the macro knobs inside of Unify 2, then you can do the same. Yeah, there's a step ahead of time, so you can't. So any patch you call up, just play with these knobs to change them. But again, check this out. Every patch is a different layout in here for what it took to make that sound. So it's a huge amount of work for these patches. It's really cool that Paul has us selling the plugin and these libraries at our website. So if you want, you know, all sorts of cool stuff, check them out. The update is available now. So download 2.01.3 update, add the libraries so that you get all of the hyper patches. Go to the standard library, type hyper, and you will see the 12 patches. Call them up. Have fun. See you later.